Hi everyone, welcome to True Crime and Tarot. I am Natalie, and today's case that I'm going to be talking to you about is Bethany Leanne Markowski. So Bethany was born on February the 1st, 1990, and she's been missing since 4th of the 3rd, 2001. She's been missing from Jackson in Tennessee, and she is the racial features of a white Caucasian female. She was age 11 at the time of her disappearance, and her height was 4'8" to 5 foot. Her weight was 95 to 100 pounds, and she was wearing a green t-shirt, blue or black jeans, and a black slip-on shoes. Bethany is a white female with brown hair. She also has green eyes, and she was missing her top and bottom baby molars at this time. And this was around 2001. She bites her fingernails when she is very nervous. Some agencies may spell Bethany's middle name as Leanne. Her hairstyle was styled to her shoulder length with bangs at the time of her disappearance. And Bethany has a mole on her left breast, and she has freckles on her cheeks and her nose. Bethany's parents, which is Larry and Joni, they call her Joni Jo Markowski, is separated in January 2001, and the couples had split, and this was reportedly to be very bitter. And Bethany resided with her mother in Nashville in Tennessee in the early March of 2001. Bethany and Larry were scheduled to meet Joni Jo at the Waverly in Tennessee exit off the Interstate 40 during the afternoon on March the 4th, 2001. And Bethany and Larry had apparently spent part of the day in a Little Rock in Arkansas. Then they had gone and drove back then to Tennessee at approximately 3:30 p.m. So Larry had gone and told the authorities then that Bethany had entered the shopping centre alone while he had gone and slept in their vehicle, and he had woke up approximately 1 hour later and searched for his daughter in the mall. He had alerted the law enforcement at 5:15 p.m. And this is when he could not locate Bethany, and she has never been heard from again or seen. The investigators said that Bethany is not seen on any security camera videotapes that was filmed at the Old Hickory Mall on March the 4th. And there is no proof that she actually entered the establishment. Larry has stated that he is not involved in his daughter's disappearance, but the authorities have questioned him regarding his disappearance. And they questioned his version then of the events of Joni Jo, and said that she only wanted Bethany to return home. And there were several witnesses then that saw Bethany in the company of a white female shortly after she had disappeared. There is a sketch of a woman online, and she is described as being approximately 42 to 44 years of age, 5'4" to 5'5", and the woman had dark circles under her brown eyes, and she also had blonde hair, and it was very clean but very frizzy, but it looked also very damaged as well, and she appeared to look like she'd not bathed, and her shoes was torn apart and incorrectly tied. And the woman may have been suffering from some type of hangover that some of the people was judging her appearance to look like at the time. The authorities had stated that the unidentified woman attempted to enroll Bethany in a southeastern Tennessee school in April 2001, 1 month after Bethany was reported missing, and the woman was later observed boarding a bus with Bethany. So some investigators believe that they may have travelled to Moline in Illinois. The authorities said then that they have not ruled out either of Bethany's parents as suspects in her disappearance, and it is possible Bethany was abducted by a stranger, and also that her case remains unsolved to today. So Joni Jo Carter had said Bethany has a big heart, a big personality also to go with it, and she also had a little sort of a attitude about herself, and she was very selfless and thought of people constantly all of the time. And Joni had said then at the time of her disappearance, herself and Larry was going through a divorce at this time, and herself and Bethany had moved a couple hours away from Larry. And this was in Gleason in Tennessee to live with Joni's sister. So Larry had been granted court-ordered visitation rights to see Bethany. Joni had said that he was allowed weekend visits and that phone calls was on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And Joni had said that because she had a personal restraining order against Larry, she could not go and drop off Bethany to him because of this court order that was going on. Joni had said that her sister Bethany's aunt had gone and took Bethany to her father's. This is where she'd gone and dropped Bethany off, and according to Joni, that Bethany and Larry spent the weekend in both Gleason and a few hours away in Little Rock, Arkansas. And Joni had said that she spoke with her daughter on Sunday morning, which was March the 4th, around 9:38 p.m. Sunday morning, and the phone had rang and Joni said it was Bethany. And Joni told Dateline that she remembers her daughter asking, saying, "I'll see you at 5 p.m. Right? Question mark, question mark. And Joni said yes, as her sister had planned to pick Bethany up from Larry's about 5 p.m. in Waverly, Tennessee, and bring her back home to Nashville. Joni has said that she told her daughter that she loved her and hung up the phone. But that evening at 5 p.m, according to Joni, that her sister could not get in touch with Bethany or Larry. And her sister tried calling Larry, but there was no answer. And Joni says that Larry had eventually called back and told them that he and Bethany had stopped at the Old Hickory Mall in Jackson in Tennessee around 2:30 p.m. that afternoon. And according then to Joni, Larry had said that he was taking a nap in the car when Bethany went into the mall alone. And Larry would later tell the authorities then that Bethany did not return back to the car to her father. He had later then went into the mall to go and search for Bethany, and after what he said was hours of searching, Larry said that he was unable to find Bethany, and also that Dateline was unable to reach Larry for his recollection of the events for this report. And Larry reported that his daughter missing to the mall security at roughly 6 p.m. and that was that evening. And the Jackson Police Department then was notified, and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations agent Kathy Ferguson, who was working for the Jackson Police at the time that Bethany had disappeared, told Dateline that she remembers searching the mall for Bethany. And she said, "Me and the other investigators personally went to the mall and looked and collected every single surveillance video from any stores, and they had them." And Agent Ferguson said that Joni, her sister and brother-in-law each headed to the mall that night to join Larry in search for Bethany. And Joni had said that she hoped that maybe she was just in hiding, and maybe that they got into an argument, and maybe that she was just scared at this time because of this argument that she might have had. But Bethany was nowhere to be found, and Agent Ferguson has said that after conducting a lot of interviews, they were looking at a store security video. Investigators said that they were not able to corroborate with Bethany that she was ever at the mall, and that on March the 6th, 2 days after Bethany was reported missing, there was the Tennessee Bureau of Investigators had become involved then with the case to try and broaden the search and broaden the scope for the investigation, to try and utilize some more resources with Agent Ferguson. So Agent Ferguson has said that everything was vetted and run to the ground in 2001, and this was including any tips, any leads, or any type of information that they had initially. And the FBI then, not the FBI, sorry, the TBI was only able to confirm to the Dateline that Larry and Bethany had indeed been in Arkansas, and that was for the part of the weekend visiting a friend of Larry's. And Agent Ferguson said that Will Bethany's disappearance is ongoing investigation. No suspects or persons of interests have been named in this case. So tips do still periodically come in now and then, and Agent Ferguson told Dateline that, adding that over the years thousands of leads have been vetted. Someone will call in and maybe they've seen somebody that looked like her now, and then they would forward it to them then, all this information. But still, Bethany's mother Johnny has never been given up hope on Bethany's return and to find her. And Bethany's mother Johnny has had that feeling of being relentless advocate for her daughter on social media, and has placed Bethany on every single missing persons like billboards, flyers, and like social media and things of that nature, just to bring that awareness to her case. And there is a Missing Children's Day to spread awareness of that as well. And there is the beginning support for children like her daughter. And Tennessee Missing Children's Day falls each year on the anniversary of Bethany's disappearance, which is March the 4th. Her mother had said, "That day is still scarred into my mind and I could never forget it. We're still looking for her and we are not giving up hope." No mother ever wants to think that their child is not alive, and especially without any proof. But there are days when I question myself all the time. So Bethany Markowski would be in her late 20s at the time of her disappearance. Bethany was 4'8" and she was weighing 95 pounds with brown hair, blue eyes. If anyone has any information on her whereabouts or about the day she'd gone missing, that there was like some significant relevance of like seeing her, anything of that nature, then they are to contact the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations on 1-800-TBI-FIND or 1-800-824-3463. You can also go and email tips to tbi@tn.gov, and then you can also contact other local police offices as well that you are near. So that is what I could find so far on the case. So I decided to do a tarot card reading on this case. There is 4 specific questions, like I do in every single case. The 4 specific ones that I have gone and done. And number 1 was, what happened to Bethany Leanne Markowski? 2, who was involved in the disappearance? 3, where is Bethany now? And what is the final outcome to be for her case? So, what happened to Bethany Leanne Markowski? We had the first card, which is the Strength card. So, there was a confrontation with someone and there was a lot of determination and some uncertainties, but still remaining very calm, collective, and having some courage and having some maturity. There was someone who had underestimated Bethany's strength and the way she was on that day. 5 Pentacles, there was some poverty and financial loss. There was some isolation and being alone. Reverse 3 of Swords, there was deserving to be loved and feel loved and wanting to become a peacemaker. Ace of Swords, there was a breakthrough or a new way of thinking and trying to seek some justice. Reverse justice. Something happened that wasn't morally right, and someone was trying to hide this and tried hiding Bethany, and no one was owning up to their actions, and they are living with some consequences, and there is legal matters that is involved. Eight of Pentacles. There was hard working to bring determination and concentration. There was important decisions and changes that was going on. Reverse World. So there was some personal issues that needed closures to try and finally move on and move forward. Reverse Page of Cups. There was things that was kept a secret in case things didn't go as planned or as expected. There was a lot of doubts about this certain situation, and there is immaturity and being very dramatic, and there is a lot of tantrums that was going on as well. Reverse Six of Wands. So there was feelings of being very uncomfortable and involving this public appraise that was going on. There was a situation where it was expected to work very well but ended up being neglected or being punished for it instead. Reverse Page of Pentacles. There is to explore something but not being ready yet to move forward with it. Emperor. There is a father figure who provides for his family and protects and defends his loved ones. There is also stability and security around her as well. Eight Wands. There were some struggles, and there is to be some of it being resolved, and there was fears about the unknown territories. Who was involved in the disappearance of Bethany Leanne Markowski? So we have Reverse Star. So there was some struggle with things that was going on. There is a lot of overwhelmness, but also needing some time to take some rest from being really exhausted. Reverse Page of Pentacles. There is an idea but not ready to act upon it yet. Reverse Ten of Pentacles. There's no satisfaction with what they have had and not having any form of stability and security within their own family. The World. There is closures that is going to be coming in. Things started to come together, and there was a lot of traveling and some movement, and maybe overseas. Reverse Eight of Pentacles. There's doing things over and over and having things done in a certain specific way. Reverse Ten of Wands. They was doing way too much on their own and struggling, where they have this heavy weight on their shoulders like burdens. There was also secrets that was being kept to oneself. Tower. There was an accident or a catastrophic event, and there was unexpected changes and chaos. Something that came out of the blue that wasn't expected, and some truths was being revealed. Seven of Swords. There was theft or betrayal or being tricked into something. They had got away with it. They were very cunning, and they had that sense of some sneaky type of behaviour. Reverse Four of Pentacles. There was re-evaluating on certain things that is very important, and there was also some type of neglect. King of Wands. There was a strong male who's very fiery and charismatic and was helping and supporting in the situation. There is impulsiveness and being very driven and focused. Fool. There was a new beginning and following their heart, and they was very curious and excited to see where things is going to take them. They had left all their worries and anxieties behind. Where is Bethany Leanne Markowski? Empress. There is a nurturing female that could be Bethany or another female that lives around nature. There may also be some involvements of a pregnancy. There's also a forest, a lake, a beach, something like nature-wise where she is. Reverse Two of Cups. There is self-love, self-care, and appreciating who they are, and having lack of trust with someone else. Reverse Nine of Wands. There is a lot of struggles and challenges and fighting to try and stay strong. There is paranoia and defensiveness and being under attack. Moon. There is some fears and anxieties due to a painful memory and some experiences. Reverse Six of Cups, there is some clinginess to the past and not focusing on the present. There's feelings of missing someone and there's feelings of being closed off. Ace of Pentacles, there's a new beginning and a manifestation of some money. King of Swords, there's a male who's very smart and can also be cold-hearted, that's seeking clarity for Bethany's case and family. Reverse Queen of Swords, there's emotions of a female who gets a lot of negative thoughts and also she's cold-hearted and resentful and is isolating herself from people. What is the final outcome to be for Bethany Leanne Markowski? We have 5 Pentacles, so there is delays and poverty and being isolated and alone. 7 of Pentacles, there's a lot of energy and hard work gone into a case to get some results and it is to eventually be paying off. There is to be frustration but also being patient to see some progress. Tower, there is to be something that's unexpected and truths are to be revealed. Reverse 8 of Swords, there's self-limiting beliefs that is stopping something from moving forward. There is also feelings of being trapped. Strength, there is to be confronting someone and having determination to overcome any uncertainties, and there is some maturity and someone is trying to underestimate someone else. Reverse Hangman, there's feelings of being stuck or restricted because of others. There is a decision which is to eventually stall until they know 100% when they are ready to act on something. Reverse 9 of Pentacles, there is family or some money involvements. Reverse Sun, there is some struggle to see the bright side of life. There is also sadness and also some setbacks. Reverse 2 of Pentacles, there is struggling to maintain on top of a situation and stress is starting to get to someone. Temperance, there is to be balance that's to come in involving some patience. There is some cooperation and working through things. 8 Wands, there is to be a resolution to a struggle and there is to be determination that is going to be happening and there is to be removing distractions to try and concentrate on what is needed for a completion. Reverse 9 of Swords, so there is to be some inner turmoil that is giving someone the sense of despair and to make them go in a downward spiral. Okay then, so that is the case of Bethany Markowski and that is the tarot side to the cards. If you enjoy my videos, please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if there's any other cases you'd like me to do, feel free to comment in the comment section below. And until next time, take care.